Shifting breezes grace the inner spectrum of your glance.
Welcome back to the Minds with Hakeem. Today on episode 6, I sat down with Jon Romans of 515 Mixtape. Jon is the owner of his company, and he's just 18 years old, guys. We had a good discussion on never giving up. This young man has been through so much and still waking up each and every day figuring it out. Hope you guys enjoy what we're about to unpack. We are back on the Minds. Today we have Jon Romans. Say what's up to the people, bro.
What up?
Cool. So we're going to unpack a lot in this episode today. This episode is really just over not quitting and just believing in yourself. And we're going to share some stories and we're going to have a good conversation, bro. I'm interested in seeing what you're going to unpack. I got some stories. But first off, before we get going, I'm kind of introduce you guys to Jon a little bit more. First off, bro, how are you doing during the pandemic, bro? Because it's a tough time for everybody. So let the people know how you are mentally.
I'm doing all right. I don't really like to stay inside, so I'm getting out as much as I can, but always wearing a mask.
That's dope. Hey, support that mask, man. Some people are rule breakers, man, but we deal with it. So before we jump right in, I got the icebreaker question for you. What are the top 3 people for you, dead or alive, that you would just love to get a cup of coffee with or grab some lunch or something like that, where you can just get information from them, man, be a sponge and also give what you learn, bro? Who are those top 3 people for you?
Honestly, I would say my mom, my stepmom, and God.
Your mom, your stepmom, and God.
Yeah.
That's what you said? Bet. So kind of give us a little elaboration on why would you pick your mom first?
So, well, my mom died when I was a little kid.
Okay.
So when I was 9. And my stepmom was the one who pretty much saved my life. Like,
after your mom passed, she stepped in and she played that role.
That was hard for me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want,
For sure.
another mom figure. I don't think she was going to do it, Because no one's going to be like her.
Mm-hmm.
And, I always wanted, and then, she got me here and now I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Shout out to the stepmoms, bro. We talked about that before, bro. That's dope that she was able to step in. Why would you say God?
Because I wanted to sit down in the conversation.
Yeah, I think his conversation will be the best conversation, but I might be a little biased. Boom. So jumping right in, bro. Tell us a little bit about yourself before we dive in. Tell us a little bit where you from, your background story a little bit, just not too much, and then your business, what you doing, man, because I think it's important for the people to know what you do.
So I'm from Ankeny, Iowa. Shout out to 515.
Hey.
But so I'm 18 now. I just graduated high school. I go out to DMAC and I'm studying video production.
Dope.
I own my own business called 515 Mixtapes. I've been doing that since I was 16. Pretty much in that, I give players a chance that, usually aren't looked at by big media sites.
Yeah.
So, get a chance to go to college, live out the dream they've been wanting since,
That's dope, bro. I think just one of the things that attracted me to you when I found out your age, you're 18, and you've been running your own business since you were what?
16.
So where that come from, bro? Like, where you get that mentality from where you want to have your own stuff, you want to work for yourself?
I don't really like being told what to do.
Rebellious one, same.
But honestly, though, like, I've just always had that, effort at work, and I've always wanted to do something for the community. So, I didn't, there's nothing wrong with doing, like, charity work and stuff like that.
For sure.
I wanted to make a real impact on the kids, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm giving back to them and stuff like that.
Yeah, nah, that's dope. And once I figured out everything you did, like, I was like, yeah, that's dope. He actually, like, doing what he loved to do while helping other people do what they love to do. Like, I think what you got going is dope, bro. Keep that going. But let's jump right into our discussion today about never quitting and just never give up. So first we're going to jump in. I want you to talk about a time in your life where you was at a low point, and what are some things that you did to get out of that low point? Like, what are some exercises or anything that you came up with to get you out of that spot?
I honestly think I should be going back to when my mom passed.
Most certainly.
Where it's me, my little brother. My little brother has autism.
Yeah.
And so, my mom was pretty much the person was his buddy and stuff like that. I was mostly my dad's kid, and my dad usually was at work all the time. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, but when she passed away, my brother doesn't have that.
That caregiver.
Mm-hmm. And it's hard to, because I don't know any. I was 9. I don't know anything about kids with autism.
Yeah, exactly.
And then my dad's stressed out and such. So, we're just trying to make it now. Money's tight and stuff like that. So, like, what we had to do is we had to do a lot of different things. Especially praying. I never went to church before that, ever.
Yeah.
When there was a priest that came in and like prayed on my mom.
Yep.
Stuff like that. That's the first time.
It impacted you.
I bet, yeah. And so I was like, well, there must be an answer somewhere. I'm 9. I'm like thinking, why did she have to go? So there's going to be an answer somewhere.
Yeah.
And, that's the role where my stepmom comes in. I really think church is, what is a good exercise of just lifting your spirits up and hope and stuff like that. And then definitely, for some people, I definitely say isolation or taking time.
Mm-hmm.
As in, when I mean isolation, I don't mean locking yourself in your room for 24 hours. I mean, sit somewhere, relax, stay off your phone. I didn't play video games for a while after that. I didn't do a lot of things. It's because I wanted to relax. I'm not gonna. All the things I do now is for my mom. That's what she wanted for me.
Yeah, for sure.
So, everything's for mom.
Yeah, I think that's dope, bro. And I kind of want to dig into that. So basically, one thing you did was just you cut everything off, just to look inward. Was you kind of evaluating yourself and just relaxing? So that's dope, bro. Cause I think that's hard, bro. For some people to sit alone, people can't sit alone, bro. By themselves and just reflect on things. They gotta cling to something. We all we're social animals, so we gotta cling to our cell phone or this app or that app. And I think at your age, technology wasn't where it was at, but the fact that sitting alone helped you, I think that need to be implemented back into the world today.
Yeah.
For real.
There's nothing wrong with sitting alone.
No, it's not.
And I'm an extrovert. I can talk to people all day, but the only way I practice sitting alone is I learned from my brother. Because a lot of kids with autism don't want to be around a lot of people. And so I learned from him of how, just relaxing and, sitting down. I mean, he was, at that time, he was 5, but he was the smartest kid when he was 5.
Exactly.
That's the only person I could relate to then. Watching over him and stuff. And so I, learned his ways. And then now he learns my ways. I'm older now. We got older, and now he'll just, he talks like me and everything.
Yeah. I think that's the beauty, just about kids who are born with autism.
Yeah.
They lose their strengths in one place, but they gain a different strength in another place. And people forget about that. I went to college with a guy who was autistic, and he was really a genius, bro. But everybody knew he was autistic by the way he acted. But I think it's dope that God blesses them with extra, they get to tap in on that. Shout out your brother too, bro.
What's funny about him is he's got some game. He's got game.
He a charmer.
He's a charmer. He's 14. He can talk to women.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go
14 now. Wow.
I'll tell you, at one time I forgot where we were. We were picking up food or something for the family, and I was with him, and these girls were like, "Hey, Nick, who are those 4 girls talking to you? Did they bully you at school or something?"
Yeah, for real.
But I was like, "You got game?"
Yeah. He say, "Don't disrespect me."
Yeah.
He say, "Don't disrespect."
He's got this one look. I can't even do it. It's like. And he'll do that for minutes when you say something. Yeah, it's so funny though.
That's dope, bro. That's dope. And like I said, that's just a blessing that they get that stronger trait if they lose something. But I think a time for me, bro, when I was at a low spot, it also came with death. When I was 2013, when I first got to Des Moines, my grandfather died that winter, and that was the first time I literally felt all alone in my life. I'm 18 years old, 13 hours away from the crib. It was tough for me, bro. And I remember just being cool with security. I got in the gym at one night at 2 a.m. and I'm just grinding, bro. Just working on my game because I don't know nothing else to do. I wasn't playing. I did have basketball. I was redshirted, and I had no just family at the moment because everybody I knew here I just met 2 months ago. So that was a time where I really just was at a low. And I think the one thing that helped me get out of that low point when I was just on the verge of just cracking and just going home was just talking with leaders of the campus, should I say, and like coaches and stuff like that. Like, I think seeking out help in that situation for me was the best thing for me, because like I had to trust people, and it was beautiful for me because I felt like the things people was telling me was pure and stuff like that. So that helped me a lot. It's just by seeking help, bro. And like I know a lot of people want to keep stuff in house and not talk to anybody, which that may work for some people. But some of this stuff we need to discuss. And I think before I was on that brink, I was literally on the brink of like giving up basketball and all that, bro. But just going out and help and having that conversation with people will help you. Yeah. People will really help you. And I thought like that helped me progress a lot. Mm-hmm. Cool. So what do you think is the most important trait you have to possess when you're facing a tough challenge? And like I said before, on that brink of giving up, like what do you think the most important strength you have to get through that? Like what works for you, should I say?
Leadership. An analogy you can have towards this question is, you're standing in a line, there's a person in a fire, you got to go save them. You take the first step. So you're being a leader just with that first step to go save that person. Mm-hmm. You should be a leader in any situation, in the classroom, on the court, on the field, anywhere, in the hallways.
Yeah. Leadership is lost. It's a lost art too, bro.
Yeah. Like, you honestly, I'm not going to lie, you don't see that a lot anymore.
No, I think we're in a space right now where everybody are followers. Like
it's like scary to be a leader.
Yeah, or it's like a bad thing to be a leader. Yeah. It's a bad thing to be assertive.
Because especially it's just what hard, and me just coming out of high school, from what I learned, it's like, you gotta be popular.
That's what most people want, is the popularity.
They're scared if they go, outside their box. Mm-hmm. To step, and stop this of someone getting bullied, or like go help this person with a question. It's just like weird to them. Yeah. Because I was always a kid. I was never the brightest, but I would try to help someone on a question or whatever, or I would, help someone with something else. Like I was always that kid to help. I'm still been that kid, but I was never like that in high school. I was never like that ever, because you never know what's going on in someone's life, or you never know what's going on in the community. You should always help. You should always be the leader to step forward. And
then in being a leader, bro, I think you can't be a leader if you got a negative outlook on things, bro. So you always, if you're a leader and like you facing adversity, you always got a positive outlook on anything, anyways. If you're being that leader and stepping up and take that role, that's dope. I never even thought about like leadership when I was thinking about this discussion we was gonna have. That's a good one, bro. Yeah. What I would say is, I think the most important trait is when you're facing adversity, and this don't sound like unselfish as can be, but I think it's be personal. I think like you got to understand, like when you, and what I mean by that is when you in a situation and you going through it, you got to understand you're not the only one that's going through something. I think, and I don't think it's good to like boast off that other people are going through stuff too, so I can get through this if they're going through it. But I think that's life, bro. Like you got to understand you're not the only one going through a situation right now. So if you be personable and talk to people and like hear other people's problems and respond to them with open ears, and then also lay your problems on people, you'll get past whatever you're going through. Like if you just be personable and have that conversation.
That's why I surround my people, my main close people, especially my family and all my close friends. Like I surround, they're all people who care, people who are there to listen, people who are active listeners. I don't surround me with people who are the opposite of that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a saying is you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. Yeah. So if you hang out with 5 robbers, most likely you're going to be a robber, bro. It's just the fact of the matter. Yeah. So I think that's important, surrounding yourself with positive energy. Yeah. And leaders get leaders, man. Like, it's okay if I'm strong in this situation, but you strong in that one. We can work together, bro, and we can both grow. Like, from there, leaders don't want to work with leaders nowadays, bro. I don't like that. Yeah. But, with your business right now, what are doubts, bro, that you create for yourself? I think it's good. Like, I think a lot of people who listen to this podcast have businesses or doing some entrepreneurial work. Yeah. So I think this would be dope for them to just get especially from you, bro. Like, cause you're not a generation, but you're really like, you got a total different outlook on life than me, bro. But With your business right now, what are doubts that you create for yourself, and how do you handle those personal doubts you put in your head with going into your business?
For me, it's always been keeping my head up. I mean, that goes back at a young age, and it stays in, the same mentality today. And again, it's mostly like, you're taking a route, you're going down a dark street, and you got two ways at the end that you can both go. It's a one way, you got to go left or right. Mm-hmm. You're going to take one. So I would take, the right path, and then that doesn't work, reverse, go back to left.
You're never stuck.
Yeah. So you got to, I always make plans, like if I'm at a tournament, something doesn't work out, or, I go to a video shoot, something doesn't work out, I always have a backup plan.
Improvise.
Something like that. I have everything that goes wrong, SD cards, all of that. I've had all that happen. Everything's gone wrong.
Tell me about it. I lost the whole episode.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that's dope, bro. I think for me and my podcast, I think there's a lot of doubts I create. I think one of the biggest doubts, and I feel like I've conquered it, but I think me and one of my close friends, me and her just had a conversation about it before I got here. Yeah. But it's about like posting your stuff, getting your stuff out there, standing firm behind your stuff is a doubt that I used to create for myself, and it kind of still creeps in. I think it's important to keep that doubt exposed, so I'll continue to crush it. But I think I put a lot of pressure on myself to make posts and to communicate with people and branch out and do different stuff. Yeah, I put that doubt on myself with what I'm doing, but I think it's important to like expose that doubt if anybody's going through that and just go through it. Just know you got people, supporting you, people behind you. Even if you don't get the turnout that you like, the people you love the most are gonna support you regardless. I think that's important for people to understand that, bro. Like, do you create any of those doubts at all?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely the posting part. It's always hard when I started. Being 16. Telling parents like, hey,
this is what I do.
This is what I do. I've been doing this.
And then your age, people probably didn't try to take you serious.
No one ever did. And this last year is when people really took me serious.
Yeah.
I'm getting older and I've been in the game for a while. But another doubt is also for that could relate to me and you, or pretty much anyone is trying to be the greatest.
Yeah, that's it.
No one's ever going to be the greatest. But
if you can strive for it.
Exactly. And people are great in their own ways.
Exactly.
For an example, Michael Jordan was great in his own way.
For a fact.
LeBron's great in his own way.
I agree.
And
sadly.
They're not the same people. They're not the same positions. They're not the same, era even.
Yeah. And then that's beautiful you brought that up. And when we believe in ourselves and we post what we doing, we always try to find somebody to compare with.
Yeah.
Oh, like for instance, I'm running a podcast. My podcast better than his. No, it's not like that. I reach out to people who got podcasts. I show love, bro.
Yeah.
It's not a competition. You running your race, I'm running mine. We ain't even on the same. We ain't even in the same. I know, on the same race. I know
a lot of people like that. A lot of filmers that like to hate on other filmers.
And that's just some negative self-doubt that they got to deal with, bro.
Yeah.
Like for real.
You go ask any filmer. I've never hated on any Des Moines filmer. Never hated on any of their stuff ever. I'm always sharing it. I'm always doing whatever to
show love
people out there, because it's hard to get out there.
People don't want to show love, bro. But yeah, I think that just creating that false doubt that you worrying about how many eyeballs gonna be on your stuff. Yeah. I think that's one I had to overcome, and I'm still fighting. I'm still fighting, but I think that's important for business owners and people who believe in themselves to understand that you can do it. You can do whatever you want. But when facing failure, it's natural to be upset and be bothered by that. Like if you fail, of course you're gonna be pissed. But what are some mindsets that you have? What you tap into when you fail? Like how do you react? Like how do you respond to failure?
Having a plan.
You don't fail a lot?
Oh, I fail.
No, I'm just playing. I'm messing with you.
I fail.
But how you feel about
having
that?
plans, man.
Yeah.
I don't think it's lucky to do something with one plan.
Yeah. If it hit, it hits.
If it hits, it hits. And I know plenty of people that have done, certain things and have a plan that they want to go start something and they've made it.
Yeah.
In one, thing and never have a backup plan.
Yeah.
So, I've always had a backup plan, even though if I'm going to know that I'm going to get it or even if I'm not going to hit it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you always got to have a backup plan, and I always have.
Plan B. Plan B. I think Plan B is awesome, bro. And people think Plan B is bad because they put all they eggs in Plan A, and then Plan B with no thought process of Plan B, and Plan A is a total failure. Mm-hmm. That's when you see a lot of people not believing in themselves anymore because something missed the target. You know what I mean?
I got all that from that Scooby-Doo shit I've been watching when I was a kid.
Hold up, talk to me. Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo? Uh-huh. Yeah, they failed a lot.
Oh, they failed a lot.
They failed a lot, but guess what? They figured it out at the end.
Yeah. Shaggy and them were eating them sandwiches.
Man,
and then they get to it on the
then they get to that work for real. So, but when facing failure, you have to know it's gonna happen. Yeah. So I think the way I respond to failure is kind of like a backup plan, but I analyze okay, why didn't I hit this target?
Yeah.
What did I do? Mm-hmm. I go back to the drawing board. I get amped up. I get amped up when I do something, no matter what it is, and it didn't work. Okay, I can live with that, but why didn't it? I think people don't take the time to reassess what they did and go back and okay, if you're selling shirts and you're trying to promote your shirts.
Yeah.
And it misses. It completely misses. Nobody really see it. It don't get in front of the eyes you thought it would get in front of. I think instead of just shutting down and putting your business on the back burner and just going back to whatever you've been that's been making you miserable, look into it. Okay, why didn't I pop? Why didn't I? There's always something that we can improve on. So I think failure is good. I think failure is good for human nature, honestly, because that's why so many people are successful today, bro. Yep. Because nobody has never just came out and did everything.
I mean, for big examples, you can even look at Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
You can look at Bill Gates.
Yeah. Bezos.
Bezos, he started with just the books.
That's it, bro.
Amazon selling books.
That's it, bro.
Now they're going everything to LED lights.
Bro.
Just
Bro, you can decorate your whole entire crib and get every single item you want off Amazon in the world. That's crazy, bro. But that man didn't just walk into that. Yeah. He went through his trials and tribulations. There's gonna be bumps, but I think it's important for entrepreneurs or people who are athletes in general, high school athletes especially. One season or something that you do don't go your way, bro, that's just a part of the process.
Yeah.
Girl, get back in the fight. For real. Just hop back in and we don't do that. We just tend to give up. And I hate that. I hate that. But bro, it's been a pleasure talking to you, bro. I just want to close it out with what are some upcoming things coming for 515 mixtape, and where can we find you, brother? Where can we shine that light on you at?
I just hit a tournament last weekend, so tournaments are finally back up and ready. That was exciting to go back to another tournament.
Way to get back to work.
Yeah. But overall, just gonna be hitting basketball games this season. If you ever see me out there.
Football season done?
But yeah, I'm not going to any other games. There's just state games now.
It's too cold.
It's too cold now.
But go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. But anyone ever sees me, anyone watching sees me there at the basketball games, come over and dab me up or something.
He's a personable guy. Yeah. Come talk to him.
Yeah, I love everyone. So I love the fans. I love people. Talk to everyone. So.
And if you see other people who make interviews or who make mixtapes in there, speak to them, bro. Yeah. I'm talking to you now. I'm telling you to take the next level because look, I feel like you on your grind, but. Competition is keep them close, for real.
Oh yeah, yeah. I talk to all the people.
Yeah, what's up? If y'all work in the same event.
I mean, there's a lot of people I've gone to tournaments with, and I've seen courtside. Courtside, those are my boys. Yeah. And I didn't. I went from going to high school talking to them, to eating Doritos in a hotel room with them. Yeah. That's growth. That's that personal level that we've had.
That's dope.
And so, I know all those guys, Quad Visual. You know, I've gone tournaments and tournaments, drove with him.
Good dude.
You know, he's a good dude.
Yeah, that's what it's about, bro. Where can we find you at, brother? Like, what you want me to put in the notes? IG, Facebook, phone number?
You can find me on my address. I'm just playing.
Oh wow.
I'm just playing.
Oh wow.
But yeah, 515 Mixtapes, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube.
All the same.
All the same. All
That
five
will be posted in the description below.
Yeah, but you know, find me there, DM me. You know, even if it's not about a mixtape, you know, ask me any questions, I'll answer it. You know, how to start your own, you know, mixtape business.
That's it. That's it. That's that.
You know,
Bad.
anything. Ask me anything. You know, you want a mixtape? I'll come out to your game. You know, I filmed everything.
You heard him? He always working. He do highlight tapes. He do videos, music videos.
Yeah.
He do R&B videos. What
Yeah.
else you do? You do dancing? Do you dance? No, I was just playing. He do it all, bro. Get with him. You know where to find him. Like, but I appreciate you coming on today, bro.
No
Pleasure,
problem.
man. I'll be in touch with you, bro. I'm always gonna follow you.
right.
Always gonna support what you doing, bro. But that wraps up episode 6 for the Minds with Hakeem podcast with my boy Jon today. Y'all be breezy. It's love. Yo, just laid down episode 6 with my boy Jon, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that like button below. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button for us too. And please tell somebody about the spot. Peace.